and everyone else chipped in. So yeah, I thought it was really pleasing day, 280 ahead. So yeah, looking forward to what tomorrow brings.
And after bowling on a pitch like Rawalpindi, where there was really not much on offer for spin or seam, what was it like bowling on one that's pretty conducive to your talents?
Yeah, it took a bit of getting used to the first few overs. It's obviously spinning, felt very slow, and I was bowling balls and thinking, God, that's awful. But once I found my length, and yeah, I think obviously length really important on that wicket. So I found that I enjoyed it, and just tried to. I guess it's about staying as patient as possible, and sort of letting the wicket do the work and stay patient in between when it's not doing too much. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed last week, a different kind of challenge, obviously, but still a very rewarding one. But yeah, obviously a bit more happening.
And what do you think the key is going to be to take those wickets tomorrow? Obviously, we've seen it break up a little bit already. You must be really looking forward to bowling on it when it's broken up that much more.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's hopefully going to continue to do plenty, and I think a few have gone a bit lower as well. So yeah, it'll be good. I think morning sessions as well, I reckon a bit tacky and maybe does it a little bit quicker as well. So yeah, we'll have to think about that, and then yeah, just same again, hopefully.
Thanks.
Dean and then Lawrence. Dean
Yeah, hi Jack. Well bowled, 100 wickets for England. That's a nice landmark to have reached. What do you feel about that?
I can't really believe it. I didn't think that would ever happen. So yeah, it's a nice little milestone to get to, and yeah, just try and get another 100 now, I guess.
I mean, obviously we've talked about how much you flourished with Ben as captain and the responsibility he's given you, and certainly out here opening the bowling and bowling lots of overs. Do you really feel as though this is bringing out the very best in you, and this is the best that you're bowling right now for England? Yeah,
definitely, and I think yeah, obviously Ben and Baz have a lot to do with that, but I think also just I've probably been learning on the job, if you like, in Test cricket, and I feel like I'm getting better and better and learning more and more. So yeah, it's nice to kind of feel like I'm in control of what I'm doing, and yeah, it feels good.
And last one from me, I suppose. That last game, you said you felt like a bit of a fraud at the end, getting that last wicket on a pitch where the seamers kind of did the work. By the nature of this wicket, you're probably still going to have quite a lot of work to do in this match. Is that something that fills you with a lot of enthusiasm?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll always look forward to kind of playing a bigger role, I guess, when it comes around, and that isn't that often, I guess. And but I guess it was something that I did at Somerset when I was kind of learning my trade there, and yeah, I guess that kind of patience thing and comes into it, and almost less is more on those wickets, and yeah, that's what I'll try and do for the rest of the game.
Lawrence, Cameron, Stefan, and I will take some questions from the Pakistani team.
Hi Jack, just wondered where that ball to Rizwan ranks in your sort of peaches you've bowled for England.
Where it ranks? Oh, right up there, definitely. I think one to row it was like on the front foot bowled like that, so maybe that one. But yeah, it was a nice one, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Did it feel good from the moment it came out of your hand, or did it sort of did he play it as well as he might have done? What was it? Can you sort of talk us through your thoughts as it happened?
Yeah, I think it felt good coming out of the hand, definitely. He just hit me for 4 over the top, so maybe tried to put a little bit more on that one. And yeah, I think when he went back, I felt like that was good, and that I might have him in a bit of trouble. So, and then it's nice because you see the flashing of the bails and over here. So yeah, that was a nice feeling.
And you got Shaquille off the ball after he hit you for 4 as well. I think Ben mentioned that, or maybe it's Ben Duckett last night, that you want to encourage Pakistan to keep attacking you. Was that sort of part of the plan? Just
yeah, I think what we did well this morning was actually like probably made them try and hit areas that they might not want to hit, whereas maybe last night we actually gave them some free hits a little bit more. So and maybe that was to do with the end of the day trying to, you know, chase a wicket a little bit. But I think once we kind of got our fields, our catchers, but also guys out, and I guess on these wickets is sometimes a guy hanging out can also be a catcher for a spinner. So I think once we got that right today, it became, the game kind of stopped a little bit more, and then we kind of got our rewards.
Hi Jack, well bowled. I was interested in how difficult is it as a bowler to kind of disassociate yourself with your stats? For instance, at the moment you're having a really good period under Stokes, everything's going brilliantly well, but your actual like kind of average and economy is kind of higher than it was in previous times when things weren't going as well. What is that relationship like, and is it a process you have to go through to kind of separate yourself from it?
Don't look at my stats, which probably helps. But thanks for telling me. Do you know what? It's like I've never felt this so much in a team. It's like we just want to win, and we'll do everything we can to do that. And I really start to understand that, you know, we're going to take a few more risks to maybe get a wicket, and that might require going for a few more runs. Because if we're winning lots of games, then everything kind of takes care of itself. And, you know, when situations where it does become helpful, you've got to back yourself that you're a good enough bowler to make the most of that. And then, yeah, I just feel like I'm loving playing for England the most I've ever loved it. And it's because it's all about the team. It's not about me. And that's a real special feeling. So, yeah, that's how, really.
And were you aware of the 100-wicket milestone going into today? And when Jimmy took that catch, kind of, what are the things you reflected on, memories of playing for England that you kind of looked back on?
Yeah, I did know coming into the game that I needed a couple of wickets. So it was a nice feeling. The boys were all really happy for me, and just pleased to get a wicket, because in that situation of the game, really. Yeah, just felt like, I don't know, 100 wickets feels like quite a lot, and it's more than I ever thought I would achieve. So I need to remember that, you know, as sportsmen and as people, I guess we're, you know, it's easy to just push on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and nothing's ever enough. But if you told me when I was a kid that I'd take 100 Test wickets, like, I would have laughed at you. So, yes, it is special.
Stefan, just the one, and then we'll take 4 from the Pakistan media. Go ahead.
Jack, well bowled. You said that 100 wickets is something that you never thought you'd achieve. Your sort of off-field ups and downs are well known. In your lowest moment, just how far away did a milestone like this seem?
Just wouldn't think that it would have been possible. I guess just probably health-wise more than anything. I think, and yeah, I was quite close to not playing in the first test. So yeah, there's lots of different challenges along the way. I think everyone has their challenges. I think mine have been quite out there, and that's good because I want to be open and honest with people. But yeah, it's been some definite lows along the way, but it does sort of make it all worth it. Yeah.
Hey Jack, this is Behram Qazi from Grassroots Cricket. First of all, congratulations on a 4-for and reaching 100 wickets for England Test cricket. So my question is that you've played on a fair few wickets which assist spin bowling. You've played in India, you've played in Sri Lanka. How does the Multan surface compare to those surfaces? How is it different and how is it similar, and how much did you enjoy bowling here?
Yeah, good question. I think this wicket reminded me a little bit of, or it does remind me a bit of a couple of the Indian wickets, maybe Ahmedabad and Sri Lanka at Gaul. Yeah, definitely similar. And yeah, enjoy bowling on it. I think it comes with expectation, I guess, and that's probably the biggest thing to deal with, is just going back to your strengths and bowling your best ball as many times as you can. And I guess your best ball on these kind of wickets might look slightly different to how, like last week's wicket, maybe think about more up and down on flatter wickets, whereas like here maybe more like trying to like flatter, not worried about doing someone in the air, more trying to do it off the surface. So little subtle things like that, but yeah, enjoyable definitely.
Jack, how many runs your team plan has target to give Pakistan for chasing?
We don't have a plan. I haven't heard a number given. I think it's about just getting as many as we can, really. But yeah, if it was me, I'd want as many as possible, 500. But no, I think we'll just, obviously Brookie and Stokesy still in, so two good batters, and yeah, maybe I can not try and reverse sweep my first ball and get a couple, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
Jack, when your seamers were bowling on that surface, especially in the morning, it seemed that there was some assistance from the pitch, maybe some because of the cloudy weather, but Pakistani seamers were struggling. What was the difference? What do you think?
Well, I think in that morning session, it does just, it's a bit tackier, so it might spin more, but it might also like seam a little bit. And then I think just having someone like Mark Wood as well, like the pace of Mark Wood is always going to be threatening towards the opposition. So I think we've got a nice balance of bowlers on that wicket, and yeah, I think seamers have played a huge part already in this series and continue to do that. So as a spinner on that wicket, to have those guys backing you up takes a lot of pressure off.
Last question at the front here.
Hi, Jack.
Hi.
Well played today, well bowled.
Thank you.
Just slide away from cricket. Obviously, there's one team which is going with quite a bit of momentum at the moment. Have you got a message for the England football team for their big game tonight, and where will you be watching it?
It's at midnight, isn't it? Yeah.
Will you be
so
watching it?
thinking, go back to the hotel, eat, go to sleep at 8, wake up at 12, watch the game, back to sleep at 2 till 7. That'll be 9 hours sleep, which is more than I usually get. So that's the aim. Probably won't happen. But yeah, no, we've been following it closely, and yeah, the lads are excited about the thought of it coming home. So yeah, hopefully that happens.